Hello gang, welcome to another edition of Florida Cracker Guitar Tips. Gonna do another fun Southern Culture on the Skids song. It's a song I heard back in the 90s, and when I heard it I thought, wow, that's really cool, you know. And it's called Soul City. I'm not here to show you how to play it perfectly or anything, but I'll just kind of tell you what I'm doing. The song kind of starts out in a, it's a E 7th chord up the neck. So if you do a C chord and you add a 7th note and you slide it up to the 5th fret, you got an E 7th. Now that's not quite it. You have to transition your hand and add a 9th. I believe it's a 9th. There. So you get that chord going. And that's kind of the intro chord. So kind of slide up to it. So, you know, it's good to learn your sevenths. Very good in blues. So they're pretty easy chords to play too. It's kind of like playing a C with your, you know, add your pinky in there on the G string. But you're going to play the same chord, but add your pinky on the B string at the 8th fret. Really kind of funky sounding. So and that, of course you're in E, so you can kind of hit your bottom E there. And I'm playing with a pick, but the song does involve some hybrid picking. At least I use some hybrid picking in it. But for the most part, it's just spanking the plank with a pick. So basically, doing that, I'll call it an E 7th add 9, I believe. Didn't look it up, but so you know, you're kind of sliding up to that, and then you're hitting your E again, and you're bouncing off your G on the 3rd fret, bottom E string. Get a little bend in it, you know, make it kind of funky sounding. And that's about that. That's pretty much that part. And then it so then you're not doing the pinky on the B string, you know, kind of that add 9. You're just kind of playing you're playing a E 7th, and I'm not playing in a traditional way, because you're just playing kind of the bottom end of your strings. So the lower strings, I guess, or the lower notes. So you just kind of, so I'm just doing a kind of a rolling to B. So I start that riff with a, you know, hitting the bottom E. And I sing it with the band, so it's a little easier to play it than, there's another way to play it that is a little tougher, but it's like a, some hybrid picking using my other fingers and the pick. So but I won't go into that, because if you're singing, it's a little trickier to play it that way. And then the chord change is pretty simple. In the I guess you call it a verse, is a G to an A. So you play that open E. Now the solo is when it gets really interesting. And you're going to slide your ring finger up to the 11th fret on the A string. doing double stops on an E on the 9th fret. So that those offset notes there are basically your ring finger on the D string on the 11th fret and your pinky on the 12th fret on the G string. So just kind of a... Just kind of holding everything on that E on the 9th fret. So you just kind of, you know, you just... You're just doing some hammer-ons and pull-offs in that you know, with your pointer finger anchored on the 9th fret E, and that's where the break occurs. And then there's a cool riff, very used a lot, you know, blues and things. But you're basically sliding your pointer finger to the 3rd fret on the B string and your middle finger on the 4th fret on the G string. So. Now this is where your hybrid picking comes in, because it's a little tighter if you get, and I use my middle finger as kind of up plucking on the B string and picking on the G string. So right there you're hammering on the D string to the 2nd fret. And then you got an open G. So it's... And you're just bending the G string, the A note on the G string, 2nd fret, up and kind of and landing back down on the E on the D string, 2nd fret. So that's an E. So, that's a cool riff. I think Stevie Ray Vaughan even throws it in one of his songs. So anyway, that's so you're kind of using the B string, 3rd fret, 5th fret, and then you're on the 8th fret, kind of a B minor area. So basically you're kind of playing part of a B minor. 8th fret on the B string, and I put my my middle finger on the 7th fret E string. So actually, yeah, I use my ring finger to push the B note up. And I'm using a pick and middle finger. There, I'm just got my I got my pointer finger on the G, 12th fret, just kind of. Just have to get back in it, but it's kind of like just a bunch of double stops, kind of. So see here. Pretty simple stuff. You're just kind of walking there on the 12th and the 14th fret. And then the bass is transitioning from that G to the A while you're doing that, so it's critical that that transition's occurring. And everything lands back on that E 7th. And that's about it, kind of broken down, and it's a fun song to play. If you have any questions, send me, make a comment or something like that, and I'll try to respond. Thank you very much.